Scott, thanks for joining us. We're back at home this weekend as Bristol Rovers are the visitors. What are your thoughts heading into that one?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. I think obviously the last time we were at home, I thought it was potentially our best performance of the season, albeit we didn't get maximum points from the game, but we outplayed, in my opinion, the team who were top of the division, and I thought we were really good and probably unlucky not to win the game. So we're back here again, which is good. And we take on the challenge of Bristol Rovers, and whilst we are where we are, we know how important this fixture is, and we know how important, and we're really focused. You know, the players are really focused, the staff are really focused. We've trained really well. We've worked hard on lots of things this week that we think is going to improve us. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the game.
Yeah, we know obviously you go into a lot of detail. What was the sort of discussions with the group on Monday after the Shrewsbury game at the weekend?
Yeah, there was some real honest conversations. I think there has to be sometimes, you know. I think I showed a lot of clips that I felt that we were negative with our play, where we need to be more pragmatic with our approach to winning a game, and I felt that we let ourselves down in a lot of the actions in the game where I think we could have. I think it was a game we should have stepped forward more than we did. I felt we played a little bit too timid. So I debriefed the game, and I felt that we just didn't do enough, you know, and that's not acceptable. We have to all do more. Do you know what I mean? We have to all. I look at the running stats and things like that as you know, in detail, and we need to do more. We do, you know, when we're kind of where we are in the division, we got to run harder than the opposition every week, and we need to get to that point.
Yeah, and what have you identified as sort of Bristol's sort of stronger strengths?
Well, the biggest strength that they've got at the moment is we're not really sure what they'll do. You know, it's really hard to prepare the team to play against a shape when we're not sure what shape they'll play. They've conceded a lot of goals, certainly in the last 3 league games. I think they've conceded about 10 goals. They've played a back 5 and a back 4 within them 3 games. So really difficult to prep for. But what it does do, it gives me the opportunity to really focus on us, which I've done. So hopefully we'll see the fruits of that on Saturday. But like I say, Darryl Clark's a very good manager. We'll want to win this game as well. I think obviously with the results being not great for them of late, so they need to you know, get back onto the winning horse as well. But so do we. We need to do that fast. So our need to win this game has to be greater than theirs, and we're going to attack this game.
Yeah, we'll obviously be forced into a change with, you know, Harry being suspended. But are you still? Is there any danger of being almost stuck in between a rock and a hard place of wanting to, you know, keep a consistent team so the lads can gel properly, but also want to make changes as well?
Oh, I've never had that luxury all season. Again, we spoke about this the other week, didn't we? And we're still kind of not had that luxury of doing so.
Yeah.
I've not been able to do it. So it is what it is, and I pick a team which I feel is going to be enough to win the game on Saturday, and then I'll pick a bench which I think can affect later on in the game, and that's what I've got to do. That's what I'm paid for. But yeah, it's really unfortunate that we've not had that. I don't think I've ever known a season like it where I've just literally every game it's a different team.
Yeah, and are we any sort of closer to seeing the likes of, you know, Addy and the people we've been, you know, forced to not see for a couple of weeks returning?
Yeah, Addy's trained this week, so we probably need to assess again tomorrow before we make a call on that one. Yeah, I think everybody else, obviously Jay Williams is more kind of longer term. Joey McKenna's back on the grass, not probably done enough yet. I think that's about it. I don't think we're too far away from having a full complement apart from them too.
Thanks. People will say because of Bristol Rovers' results recently, it's a good time to play them, but there's no such thing as there in this league.
Whoever's next is next, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
We've just got to take on who we've got next, and it just so happens it's Bristol Rovers, and yeah, they're in a bit of a poor run themselves. But it kind of doesn't matter. We played Walsall last week here, or the week before, should I say, who were top of the league. and we were outstanding in that game, and potentially should have won that game and probably deserved to win it if the truth be known, but we didn't. We come away with a point, but we were very good. So it kind of doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who we play. We've got to focus on us and focus on what we've got to get from Saturday. And that's 3 points and a good performance is what I want.
Yeah, and you said about last week after the Shrewsbury game, you've got to be braver. And you said when you debriefed the game, that's what you said to them, you were too negative. Is that a mindset thing or is that a coaching thing as well? Can you coach people to be braver, or is it?
Well, I think from a coaching point of view, if you look at a lot of the data, we're actually, and I know a lot of supporters probably hate me saying this, but it is the truth, and I have to focus a lot on the process of what we do, because the truth behind it is the data does tell a story, and I think that we're doing a lot right. I know that sounds crazy because we're second from bottom, but we are doing a lot right. And if the data ends up running true, we should be top half of the table, but we're not. But eventually, it will kind of iron itself out. It always does. I know the only stat that counts is the actual scoreline. I get that. I get all of that, and no one gets that more than me. But I do think that there is a way of playing, and there's a process, and we're doing a lot of things that are really well. I coach the team to get the ball to a point on the pitch, and then it's sometimes down to the individual to see it over the line, and we haven't done that well enough. And you know, you've got to admit yourself that the games we've played in, we've created chance after chance after chance nearly every week. You know, it's never been a worrying thing for me where I've sat here and thought, we're not creating enough, we're not getting around the goal enough, we're not getting in their box enough. Nearly every game we have, and it's just that last bit. And I think sometimes we can be negative with our play, and I think certainly the defensive unit then feel that there's a pressure on them because we're not putting the ball in the net at that end, and then there feels to be a pressure at that end, and there needs to be a balance between it. And you know, and I understand all of it, and we've just got to be more aggressive when we cross that halfway line with the ball in control, with that dominance of how we play, with players positioned properly, to be ready to put the ball in the net in a ruthless manner. And we've just been too fluffy and too nice with that. I think we haven't had that cutting edge. We've not had that nastiness to go and actually we're gonna really, you know, cross that halfway line with control and dominance, but for a reason. The reason is because we want to put the ball in the net, and we just haven't done that well enough.
Yeah, and without Harry this week, it gives someone else a chance to sort of make a name for themselves. It was the first time in the league you haven't had Harry this season, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, he'll be missed because he creates. He's one that is that maverick that will, and it is one that will miss a big chance, but it kind of won't faze him. He'll go and get another one and try again, and you know what I mean. He'll create something out of nothing. So it'll be a big miss for us. But yeah, it is what it is, and and we've got enough players in the squad to come in and make that change and make a difference.
And Saturday's game is a repeat of the fixture of when you've returned, I believe, your first game in charge. Yeah.
You won that one.
Yeah, I was going to say you'd take that Saturday.
Yeah, I'll take that Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Cheers.